having High Templar as well, so they can become a hit squad. So they are, I would say, a little bit more, do I want to say more versatile? They're just very different units, just because the Oracle also has value over the course of a longer game, but typically with stasis traps, right? With stasis traps, with scouting, they provide value in different ways in a longer game. They both harass early on, true, but like after that, like they have very different roles, right, as the game progresses. But here we go. Here we go. We're getting into our next game. We're getting into our next series of spawning in the top left-hand corner of Pylon. We have the Red Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Ukrainian random player. He's random. He's landing on Zerg, going pool first. It is HackErIsTop. And if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we get into our TvZ. True, TvZ. Now, if you don't know who HackErIsTop is, he's a random player and he all-ins every game. Every single game. But he doesn't just all in, he has some crazy builds. As you can see here, pull first into a gas geyser, into a very delayed expansion. With this very gas intensive style, we can go into a roach rush, we can go into fast lair, we can go into a bane bust, we can go into a ling flood. HackErIsTop has options with how he wants to all in, but 100% he will all in. Like HackErIsTop, he never macros. Never, baby, never. He's an animal. If you're in the chat, all right, Gamba time is open, so place your bets while you can. Place your bets while you can. Just catching up. Go. I do love how different users of the Banshee are kind of reinventing it. Yeah, it's really cool to see Hyperflight rotors become more of a viable option now. Not just that, it isn't just a viable option, but now there's a lot of mind games as well. Whenever a Protoss scouts the main base of the Terran player, now it's not 100% that it's Cloak. Now there is a high chance that there is going to be Hyperflight Rotor Banshees instead, which means you don't actually need to keep your Observer back at home. That actually benefits a Terran player if you do rush an Observer for detection when you don't even need detection. So like, there's a lot of mind games that like can impact things. It's really cool to see. Slings poke in. And they will threaten the natural. They will delay. Again, remember, this is a pull first. Remember, because of the pull first, delays the natural base, keeps Reaper back at home. Reaper does take a lot of damage. Eventually, Nicoract will deal with this, but will delay the Nexus. Oh, sorry, will delay the CC. CC is going to be delayed. Behind this, we are pulling out of gas. So, Ling speed, we're pulling out of gas. We're going for early Ling flood with early Ling speed aggression, but we are not going into a fast layer or fast tech. Again, he pulls out, man. He pulls out. As I believe the Reaper is so far staying back at home. We have a safety bunker back at home as well. Nicoract, he's a little bit in the dark. He did scout the early gas. Doesn't really know what the gas is for yet, so he's just being very safe, very defensive. Ideally, he should move out with his Reaper just to try to confirm whether or not there is a fast Roach Warren. So here comes Nicoract, and again, he has to scout. It would even be worth it if he throws away the Reaper just to confirm whether there's something coming or whether there's nothing coming. And we can see, I mean, there is nothing outside of a potential Ling flood. As Ling speed is done, Nicoract, he's checking for a third, and he will find one. Third base has been found. It's a late third, but it's on the way. He checks for droning, checks gases. Again, everything here that he sees is crucial. He's like, hey, you're expanding, you're droning, you're not rushing into early gases. Everything looks normal, everything looks safe. Everything looks more or less standard. And behind this, going for a 1-1-1 before third CC. This is a rare build, this is a very aggressive build, and this makes sense considering his opponents, right? Typically, you want a faster third base to get into the mid game faster, to be getting into a better economic game state, but you don't need a better economy against HackErIsTop. Because it's HackErIsTop, like, you don't need the economy, it's fine. Just play safe, baby, that's all you gotta do. Just play safe, you'll be okay. As HackErIsTop, he does take all 4 gases very early here. and he does not saturate the third. So again, speaking of all-in, speaking of aggression, speaking of non-standard play, that's what we're seeing here. Typically, you would saturate this base first, mineral-wise, and then take your gases. There's no need to rush into this many gases unless we plan on doing something crazy. Lair is almost done. Are we going 2-base Muta? We could go 2-base Muta, we could go 2-base Hydra into 2-base Lurker, which is a build that we've seen before. 2-base Infestation Pit. And we have the answer, 2-base Muta. Okay, so 2-base Muta out of HackErIsTop. It's on Nicoract to confirm what exactly is going on. He checks, he sees no saturation. Yeah, nothing at the third. Does get a queen. Queen goes down. Banshee does hit the mineral line. Again, there's nothing to kill with the mineral line. This is at least giving some information to Nicoract. Gets a queen. Yeah, queen goes down. Spore goes down as well. Gets on top of the Overlord. Brutal damage. And HackErIsTop being punished here for just skipping out on queen production and skipping out and delaying Lings as well. Army moves in. Oh, Lings, they come in for this round. Oh, they surround one. Yeah, they get one Hellion. They get a Reaper, they get another Hellion as well. Banshees do come in to reinforce, but a nice cleanup here from HackErIsTop. Scans the natural base, but he doesn't go further in. He sees the Overseer, he knows Lair, right? Overseer is to tell that the Lair is done. So he's aware of the Lair, he's aware of lack of saturation, he's aware of the gases. So Spire play should be in the back of his mind. But again, it could technically be like 2-base Swarm Host, or 2-base Lurker, or 2-base Muta. It's one of the three. It's a safe assumption it's going to be Muta play. He might just kill the base. Oh no. Aye. Oh no. As we do get a couple of frame drops here and there. Hopefully we stabilize. But the base goes down. Takes down the remaining drones as well. HackErIsTop stuck on 2 bases. We have 10 mutas on the way. Behind this, Nicoract, he is focusing on marine production, and he's not expanding. We're going up to 5 racks on 2 bases. This is a 2-base all-in, 2-base 5 racks all-in, which means after the defense against the mutas, Nicoract can just send it. He can just send it across the map and end the game. Remember, there's no Banshees. Sorry, I meant to say, there's no Banelings. It's a bit of a misspeak. But there are no Banelings defensively, so a mass marine stim timing would just roll over HackErIsTop, as there is 0 splash damage. Whether it's Banelings or whether it's Infestors with Fungals. Now we get the Baneling nest on the way, but again, it's late. Here comes the move outs, and we're going for a pseudo base trade. Yeah, mutas, they rock up across the map. Nicoract, ooh, he responds, he reacts. He's racing back home. At the same time, the drones. 15 drone kills. The Banshees pop off. Now they go down. Mutas are in the main. But Nicoract, we just gotta A move across the map. We just gotta send it. He leaves some Marines at home to defend. Speaking of, back at home we have 2 Lings. There are 2 Zerglings for the Zerg player. He could just walk into the natural. For now, he's just going for the 3rd. Mutas get shut down. GG gets called, and Nicoract, he will take game number 1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. Congratulations. Nicoract, he does take a lead in the series, and we'll see if he can extend that lead. We'll see what race HackErIsTop lands on next time. Again, HackErIsTop, he's a random player, and he all-ins every single time, does some crazy stuff, some crazy builds. A lot of it will be determined, though, on what he lands on. Let's roll that dice. Let's roll that dice. As up next, we're loading into ley lines. Let's go. Loading into ley lines here. Once again, HackErIsTop, of course, he is picking random. Typically, he does tell his opponent what he lands on. He doesn't have to, by any means, but he typically does. And there we go. Terran. TVT. And spawning in the right-hand corner of ley lines, we have the Ukrainian Terran player, the purple Terran, down in the series. We'll see what build he has up his sleeve this time. For Team Hokago T-Team, it is HackErIsTop. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Terran player, the red Terran himself, representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. We go. here we are going to be settling in. Nicoract, of course, he is aware that his opponent is playing Terran. Technically, HackErIsTop could have lied to him, but HackErIsTop has been active and been competing at this level for a number of years now, and he always says like what he lands on. Like, he always tells the truth. Like, he doesn't like deceive anyone or anything like that. And again, he doesn't have to say what his race is. He just decides to. This is fine. His choice. Lets them know. And from here, double gas openers from both players. Again, we're expecting an all-in of some kind from HackErIsTop. I do know that he has a one-base all-in where he goes 1-1-1 into tank push. It's like early tank push with Viking support, and you pull the boys. We'll see if he does that here on ley lines. We shall see. Does open a marine first. We're waiting for the factory. Very good. Factory's on the way. And again, the big question is, after this factory, oh, he's going to wall off. Yeah, he's going to wall off. After the factory, does he expand, or does he throw down a starport, or even another axe? Does he turn this into a one-base all-in? We're leaning towards yes for that one. So we're leaning towards. I say that HackErIsTop, he's banking resources. Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, there it is. one base all in. He's going for the 1-1-1. That's a starport before CC, so one base all in out of HackErIsTop. Reaper Scout is getting into the main. Gets an SCV. Gets one worker. More boys are being fooled. Nicoract does pull away. Does kite back. And gets another SCV. Another worker falling. And another. Oh, this is getting out of hand. Getting 3 SCVs. Behind this, Nicoract going for his own, of course, macro opener. CC on the low ground. We can see, add-on swap, early tank production into Viking, as I did mention. And with this, you can pull some boys. You can pull some boys to repair, to buffer. As HackErIsTop is starting his move out. Move out does commence. Going for the add-on swap into Reactor Viking. Oh! HackErIsTop gets caught out. Nice use of the bushes here. Nice use of the tall grass. As every marine gets picked off. Here come the reinforcements. Making just one tank, one Viking, a handful of marines. Nicoract, he does try to bypass the army, going for the marines. Does find them. Gets 2. Gets 2 marine kills. As we're still rallying. Nicoract, he has his own defensive tank, a reactoring and his own Vikings. It's going to be a tough hold. Nice control here once again. Nicoract catching up more marines. Oh! As HackErIsTop, he does have the Viking lead. Yeah, he's going for it. Does go for the fight. Does trade 1-to-1. Ooh, barely doesn't get the other Viking. Barely not. But the bunker does fall. You can see HackErIsTop is slowly gaining ground. Pushing further in. Oh! Vikings gets turned away. And now HackErIsTop expands on location, but this is such a late expansion. Oof. Yeah, rough choice here for the Purple Terran. As he does decide that he can no longer kill Nicoract, he will lose control of the skies. The Hellion in the mineral line. Oh no, they were lining up! No! The Hellion shots, what a mess! Oh my god. Gets 1, gets 4 SCV kills. Ay, ay, ay. Not again! He can do it again. The boys are on A move. They're just getting free damage. Oh, God. Tanks can't move in. That's going to be 7 SCV kills. The one Hellion is popping off. We need something to defend. GG gets called. And Nicoract will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the semifinals. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Again, some quirky builds out of HackErIsTop, which is what we are here for, of course. We do expect all-ins every single game. He went for a 1-base all-in with a 1-1-1, but he ran out of steam early on. Really cool play out of Nicoract to be able to snipe the Marines early on, to slow down the push, to slow down the all-in. He also reacted with his own reactor Viking production, eventually took control of the skies, and from there took control of the game. And of course, shout out to the one MVP Hellion that was just ending it for Nicoract, crippling the economy. GG. GG, well played. With that, congratulations, Nicoract will claim the series, and we have some updates on the bracket. Let's catch up. Let's catch up on the bracket. Let's figure out where we are and what the hell has been going on. Let's go.